Hi everybody, welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name is Amy J's Creations, and it is June 24th, Thursday, June 24th, and this 2021, and this is my 9th Flosstube. I stuck with it. For a while there, I thought I was gonna give up, maybe not make them anymore, but I have persevered, so I'm happy with that. I have actually quite a bit to show. I'm super happy with that. And also then I will do the giveaway at the end. Okay, so what should I talk about first? Should I talk about finishes? I'll talk about finishes. So first I'm going to show you a couple previous finishes, in that I stitched these last year before I was making floss tubes, but I had not fully finished them yet. And so I have done that, and I will show you those. The first one, this is a pattern. It's a free pattern by Shadow Mountain Handcrafts. Let me see. It'll come up in my Google searches. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. She's got some great patterns. I really like her style. And I saw this one on Snug Harbor Crafts. Debbie was stitching it a couple years ago, and I fell in love with the colors. I wanted to do it on black so they would even pop more, which black I know is not necessarily like a summer color, but it makes the colors really pop. So here it is. Isn't that fun? I love it so much. Now I probably spent way too much time deciding if the pink was going to go on the outside or on the inside, but then I decided the darker color needs to be on the outside. And then I found, and that was cute, and then I found this little blue lace trim, and you know, my box of all those trims I've got, and it was the exact blue in the stitching. And at first I had it up on both pieces, but that was too distracting, because then all you noticed was the blue. And so I just put it on the bottom, and I will display it in this little wooden easel that I spray painted black. You can see I missed the spot because it was laying flat. I'll just display it like this. Hey, maybe it'll stay. There we go. Display it like this on the sideboard in my dining room. So I'm super, ooh, that's still a little sticky. We'll wait till that dries before I hang that up. But that is my first finish. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. She's got, the next one I want to do is the poisoned apple. Those reds and greens on the black look so good for Halloween. Okay, this other one, next one, is also a freebie. I found it on Pinterest, and I don't remember who made it. I don't know if I even knew who made it. I just found it on Pinterest last year, and it's for Canada Day. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is part of the Canadian National Anthem, which is absolutely beautiful. And then the A, it just cracks us up. Now, I had got this part. This is with a little bit of batting to make it slightly puffy. And then I put it on just another piece of red mat board. And that's all it was. And then I was like, it kind of needs something. Like, after you watch all these other people with all their super cute finishes, I mean, I like kind of a more, what do I say, sleek finish. But it was too plain. And so then I was like, well, I have this cute silver bow I can put like on the top with like a little red button. So I showed it, but I wasn't sure. So I showed it to my son and my husband. My son was like, I like the bow, definitely needs the button, the red button on top of it. I showed it to my husband and he's like, I don't want any bow on there. No bow. And I said, what about here down, if I put it down here in the corner, kind of kitty corner? And he's like, well, yeah, but I still like it better, and without anything. And I was like, oh, but it's so plain. And then I was like, duh, make some cording. So I got some of the little red cording, little red étoile floss left from the one I used around my Christmas list, some silver DMC metallic, and I made cording following Bonna's tutorial. Now I don't get it as thick as she does. I twist and twist. I need to play with that some more. It's not quite as thick, but I like it. I like that it gives a finish without being distracting. And then the bow is just like, because I wanted a bow, but it's not a huge giant thing. So that will also go on a similar easel on my sideboard. I don't want to waste the extra mat board to make a flat fold that like can stand up on its own, because I have to import all my mat board, and it's not expensive to buy it in the States. I can only get it once a year. So I don't want to just use it all up in the first 3 projects. And it's heavy, so putting it in the luggage takes weight. It's not the space, it's the weight. So there's that. Okay, then I told you I was busy. I got stuff. This is my 3rd final finish. I started this and finished it since I last filmed. And this was also a free pattern that I found off of Pinterest. I went to the blog. There was no blog link, like it led to something weird, but just the picture on Pinterest I could follow because it's a pretty simple pattern. I used, and it's the little Canadian flag. Now, of course, we have a real Canadian flag to hang up for Canada Day, but for my little tiered tray, I wanted a little Canadian flag. I love it. I love it. I had some variegated red floss, like no-name red floss, that a friend had given me, and I played around with that. I'm not totally, like if I did it different, I would have gone around like in a circle so that the dark wasn't just a stripe down the middle, but I didn't care enough to unstitch it and retry it. I was happy it was done. Finished it into just a little pillow. I decided that because it's just a flag, it doesn't need anything detracting from the flag. And then I had this cute kind little tiny scrap of fabric, and I don't know, it just, it's like Canadian. We got some evergreens, we got a cute little house, we got some wildlife, like, I don't know why. Canada, Vancouver is a beautiful, wonderful modern city, and yet I also think of it as, wild wilderness and guys living in cabins sometimes. So I picked that to go with it. Now, this last finish, I had 4 fully finished items, 2 start and finished items in this 2 weeks. Of course, they were smalls, but, you got to do what you got to do to feel good about yourself. This was another freebie, and I don't know why I sat down to film this without researching again. I need to make some notes. But it was a freebie that I found on Pinterest. Oh, I am totally lying. This is from Erica Michaels, Rainbow Gallery. It is a free pattern by them. They had like a monthly series for things. And this originally was supposed to be, this was in blue, and this was in blue, and this is supposed to be in, oh, no. The outside of the star was supposed to be in like some yellow, and then this blue. But I don't need my star to be yellow. I wanted it to be like red, white, and blue for USA. So I stitched the Liberty. I don't know if you can see that, in like a metallic-y blue. And then around the outside, I had a variegated blue. Again, like no name variegated floss that my friend gave me. And then the little heart. Now in the pattern, they did not have it outlined, backstitched around, but backstitch is magic. I add it to a lot of things that don't necessarily need it. So I did that. Then I found some chevron red striped. It was a charm square out of a charm pack that I had. And I tried my best to make it into a little star pillow. It looks a little bit gooberish, kind of, but also very cute. I will say I messed up. I left this side open without sewing the tip, and that was a bear to hand stitch. I meant to leave like this part open, but then I got sewing and forgot. I started in the wrong spot. I just get so excited when I sit down at the machine and want to hurry. So I messed that up a little, but I like it, and it looks super, super cute in my tier tray. And so what I have done on my tier tray, I'll be adding a few more things to it, but I have, so Canada Day is July 1st, then July 4th is July 4th, USA. And then Switzerland is August 1st. So the top is Canada stuff, the middle is the USA, and then Switzerland is at the bottom, which is also good because Switzerland on the bottom is the bigger tray. And so I can have, because I have more like cute doodaddy decorations. Like I have this tiny little ceramic fondue pot. It's really supposed to be like a tea candlelight holder. On there, and some adorable little salt and pepper shakers that look like beer mugs with like a Swiss kind of flag on them that I found at like a little touristy shop at a chocolate factory when I took those relatives that were visiting. Anyway, oh, my light just got dark. I hope this is going to be okay. It's a cloudy day. We had snow in June. Last night, it hailed. 2 nights ago, it hailed. It cold. Like, let's make some warm tea and cuddle up under a blankie while we watch TV. In the end of June. Pure magic. I'm going to get up and go wave my light, my hand. My light is like a sensor motion light. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, that was necessary. That was much better. Okay, good. So those were my 2 fully finished from other years, and then my 2 start and finishes for my tier tray this week. All right, so then what else did I work on? Well, of course, I worked on Old Christmas Tree. This, in fact, still has because I stopped mid-stitch. This is going well. Not as fast as I would like. I am starting to panic because it is June 24th. We fly July 16th. No, lie. We fly July 17th. My birthday. And I was hoping to get this done because before we fly, because like there's a bunch of beading I have to add, and I don't want to have to deal with that. But I may end up having to do the beading, not on the plane, but like when we land in Utah. But I don't think that's a really good idea. So I might, because I'll be on vacation and I want to hang out and do stuff with people, not cross stitch, which sounds horrible, but like not a hard cross stitch. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to work on my daughter has a TARDIS pattern from Doctor Who that she started. I want to finish that for her while we're there. I want to be able to get it completely done so we can fully finish it and get it for her to have in her apartment before I leave. So I got to finish this. So I think what's going to have to happen, I've got 3 weeks, and considering the progress that I made took me 2 weeks, although I did have to work on some other stuff, which I will get to in a minute, I might have to cancel all my other weekend stitching because I was working on this during the week, and then on the weekend, Saturday, giving myself something else to work on. Like that's when I did this, and this was on those 2 Saturdays, and then my Sunday stitch. But I think I might have to set those aside because, Oh, and you know what else I forgot? Good grief. I'm ready to film. I've got no backing board. Maybe I can just use this, my project bag. Okay, so, oh yeah, that works. Like I said before, how I am doing this for my poor little brain is I am going through and stitching all row at a time, one row this way, back the other way, one row this way, of the main green color in the tree. Then, and the tree goes to the bottom of the girl's dress. So I've got a ways to go. And this section took me 2 weeks, this past 2 weeks of stitching. I can't spend another 2 weeks just on this next section because I got to fill in all the other stuff. Then I go in and fill in the brown. Then there's a second green that I fill in. And then then I can go in and do all the decorations and candles. And then I fill in the third green, which is like whatever open dots, and then there's like a little on the side here. But then I still have to do her little brother is over here, and like the whole border, and there's a big long line that says, oh, Christmas tree. And then again, you have to make this, what you're supposed to do with the beads, you use white and red beads, and you make a popcorn and cranberry garland that gets attached to the tree. Okay, I have to do that last. That's a lot of stitching still. But I love it. It's so pretty. And I'm already deciding that I want to stitch just the tree again, even though I will get this when, sadly, hopefully in 20 years, my mother goes to heaven. I will get it back. Until then, I want at least this tree myself because it's lovely. But I'm going to stitch it on 40 count, so it's smaller. And I'm going to use a variegated green thread so that I don't need to worry about which color green. I'm just going to stitch. Oh, it's green. Stitch all that. And so it will go a lot faster. So even though I'm already fantasizing about doing that, and when I've got this much to go. So I do like the pattern. It's just a lot of work. But we're getting there, and it's so pretty. It's totally worth it. So there is that. Okay. So then what I worked on for my Saturday stitch, and I will admit I worked on it on one Sunday because I was still mad at my Sunday stitch because I messed up. And so it had to stay in timeout until last Sunday when I was ready to make friends with it again. Is that Jane Eyre sampler. That is a free pattern from the Little Stitcher on her blog. I have completely changed most of the colors. The house is in some of the same colors and some like a substitute because I didn't have the exact DMC floss. But what I did was I finished this purple border. I did all the way around the outside darker border. I did the Lowood 1826, and then I did all the house and this and part of the tree. So what's left is there's more tree. There's like her name, Jane Eyre, aged 11. And there's some like little motifs sprinkled throughout, like a bird. Oh, and there's like a raven or something that goes on top of here. I absolutely love this. That the Lowood School is just exactly how I pictured it in my head. This kind of dark, somber, architecturally uninteresting because they just wanted to build it as cheap and quickly as possible schoolhouse. And I can't wait to get it all the way finished and framed and up on my wall. Super, super fun. This is this is a 26 count, I'm going to say antique white, off-white linen that my mom got from, I don't know where. Sorry, sometimes forget that the camera's over here and I'm looking over there. So sorry. This is a 32 count antique white Charles Crafts even weave. And the other two finishes were on a 32 count white. Actually, I don't know if they're 32 count. They could be 28 count, but I think they're 32 count. Even weave that I got at the Zweigart factory when I went in September. All right, so then my Sunday stitch. So after one Sunday of ignoring it and being mad at it, I decided that I was going to put on my big girl panties and face the music. So what had happened, what I messed up on is this, let me get it right here. This big swoop, I completely miscounted. And so it is, I at first thought it was not long enough, so I added more. It was fine. I can't count apparently. And I made it too long. And so it was, the swoop I had was coming into where this I am was supposed to be. So I had to pull it all out. I stitched the I am, and then I kind of just re-stitched it. So it's supposed to be a little bit more swoopy. This is supposed to be a little bit over here more. And I just fudged it. I will say, if you are starting this, I kind of just started this even though I didn't have everything around it done. That is not what I would do. I would start here and work down one page, doing all of this, do a cross, do all of this, and save this for until you get some of the ones that are around it, or at least this area around it done, so that you know it will help with your counting and your placement. If you are a counting challenge like I am. If you're super awesome, then you just do it however you want. But if you're a regular human, that's what I would recommend, is stitch these around it so that you can get it placed properly, and then the rest will fit in much better. But I did get quite a bit in. So I got the I am done. I got Star of Jacob done. I did Wonderful, and I got part of Wonderful. And then I fixed the swoop. So considering that I had ignored it for one of the days I was supposed to work on it, that is great progress. But like I said, unfortunately, I think both Jane Eyre, oh, and this is on mystery linen from my mom's stash that she gave me. When I get to the States and get my gauge thingy, I'll be able to tell you at least what count it is. But for now, I have no idea. But anyway, I think these two project bags are going to have to go away, sadly, for a while I concentrate on my Christmas tree, because it's really important to me that I get that done. So part of I'm hoping that because I will not be messing with what I was messing with this last week, which I will get to, that I can get some more progress. So what happened was, my neighbor knows that I sew and asked me if I would be interested in sewing what she called pelmets, because she's from England and they're fancy, but what I would call like fabric balances for her windows in her house. She had made some herself previously, several years ago when they first moved in, but they didn't look as nice anymore, and she wanted new ones. She offered, of course, to pay me, was going to let me set my price. And at first, when I saw what she wanted, I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch a couple YouTube videos. It will be fine. And it was. I learned how to make a really cool mitered corner, watching a YouTube video and trying to sew this. But the problem was, she doesn't want stitching on the outside to show. And I was like, that's okay. As we fold up things, I have this steam machine stuff that I can use. I don't know if it is the fabric that she used. I'm pretty sure it's the fabric that she used, because my steam machine works like on other things. It won't stick. So I can't hem it properly, fold up the edges. Oh, there goes my light again. Maybe if I toss a project bag. Nope. Let's try again. Nope. Hold on. Why are your project bags in the corner? Technical difficulties while filming. Anyway, so in order, maybe I can just grab it and show you. So this is what she wants it to look like. Notice there's no sew lines. You can't see thread. So I got one edge to kind of stay up with the seam. And the other edge, not so much. And I started to melt the Velcro, trying to get it to stick, that she's going to use to attach to her balance board. So really the best way to do that is hand stitch this with tiny, tiny stitches. Guess what? No. I got a Christmas tree to finish, people. I am not hand stitching that. There's not enough money in the world. And I've discovered that I just need to have a set policy of I don't sew for other people. My inclination, I like to help people. So my first inclination is always say yes. I hated every freaking minute of making that thing because it was 5 hours. It's still not freaking finished. And that's 5 hours I could have been stitching. I could have been working on my daughter's quilt, which I haven't even gotten to since I showed it 2 weeks ago because I was working on that thing. Plus worrying about it. So I'm going to give it to her and say, you don't need to pay me for any of the work I've already done. Here's your thread back. Hand sew this down. And good luck getting somebody else to make all the balances for all the 20 windows in the rest of your house because she can't. No, I don't want to do it. So I wasted a lot of time working on that instead of cross stitching. Yeah. I just got to have a no sewing for anybody else. I sew for me. It's my hobby. I do it for people I love. And that means people that I am legally related to, share blood with. So yeah, that's what happened. Let's see. I have gotten away from doing a crafter's confession and a fact about Switzerland. Like I've been including them, but not like naming them that. So, my crafter's confession is that right there. I freaking hate sewing for other people, but I always say yes and then always regret it. And you know what? I'm almost 51 years old. I can just say no and not worry about hurting people's feelings in the future. And I'm really proud of myself that I'm just going to wrap it up in a bag and hand it back to her and go, figure it out, man. I'm not messing with this anymore. I have skills. I have spent years learning them. I know you think they're very valuable. They are. I'm not sharing them. So I have finally given myself permission to be selfish and say no. Unless I really love the person and really want to do it, I'm not doing it. There's no amount of money to make it worth it for me. And my fact about Switzerland, gosh, there's so much I can include, but I will just say this. My children think it is hilarious that in many parts of the world, especially the US, there's a thing called Swiss cheese. Because in Switzerland, there is no cheese called Swiss cheese. What you guys in America and maybe Canada know as Swiss cheese is what we call Emmentaler. It is one of the grossest, most ickiest, yuckiest cheeses that there are. There are probably and this is a conservative estimate, I'm going to say 500 different kinds of cheese that are made in Switzerland. Every time we go anywhere, there's like a little cheese, they're called Molkerei, little cheese factory, where they make cheeses. And even the grocery stores have so many different kinds of cheese, and they often get in ones like for a special. And I decided years ago that every week, whatever cheeses, there's usually 3 or 4 that are on sale that week. If we've never had them before, I'm buying one of them and trying them. And I've been doing that for 10 years. Very few cheeses have been on repeat. There's a few that come, there's like 3 or 4 that come through on a regular basis. But otherwise, there's a whole bunch of different cheeses that have come through. And in all that time, we have only found one that we did not like. Excuse me. It was a little too... I mean, my kids call most of the cheese stinky feet cheese because that's what it smells like. But it doesn't taste that way. And so you ignore the smell and you eat the cheese and it's a party in your mouth and you're happy that you ate it. But this one cheese, it tasted like it smelled and it was not good. So we are just kind of really feeling sorry for everybody who thinks Swiss cheese is the Swiss cheese, because it's not. There's so many, and we love our cheese. Love our cheese. It's less like buying Swiss cheeses here is of course less expensive than buying them from the States, but it's still not cheap. Like it's 5 to 6 francs, which is dollar, franc to dollar is pretty 1-to-1 for a 100, 150, maybe 200 grams of cheese. But man, is it good. So good. And every Saturday we have bread and cheese for dinner. And when I say that, I know you're thinking, are you guys poor? That's so sad. First of all, we have our main warm meal at lunch and then something lighter at dinner time. But when I say bread and cheese, what I mean is I buy like 3 to 4 different kinds of bread. Such good bread. Some of it's still warm from the bakery. And then we have 5 or 6 different kinds of cheeses, and then usually 2 or 3 different kinds of meat, like ham slices, turkey slices, smoked salmon to put on top. Plus then, you got your Nutella, your peanut butter, your jams, your honey. We got maple butter honey. All kinds of stuff to put on it. That's what I am referring to. So, if you ever get a chance to come to Europe, not even Switzerland, any country in Europe, please be brave and try all the weird cheeses because they are amazing. They are delicious and they are so much better than Swiss cheese. So there's my fact about Switzerland. They are very into their cheese and it's super good. So my future plans, I already kind of said I'm just going to be working away on this. I gotta try to finish it. I gotta get some real progress on it. And if I see that I have made real progress, like if next week, I'm like work on it tomorrow and over the weekend, and if I feel like I've made really good progress, like if I get all the way down to the rest of the tree and even maybe the brown filled in by next Saturday, then I will reward myself and sew on Jane Eyre again. But if not, then I'm going to just stick with it so that I can get it finished. I forgot to tell you my update. I went on the job interview for that librarian job to have 2. The interview went very well, but I did not get called back for a second interview. They sent me a very nice email, and it's fine. As my husband and I were talking about it, I need an extra job. I don't need the extra job. I want an extra job so we can go, help out the kids more that are in college and still be able to go on vacations. But somebody else might need that job so that they can eat and pay their rent. So it's fine. I'm fine with it. I still have my library job here and it's great. And my coworkers are awesome. We did a puppet show. For those who know, it's Kasperle Theater. We did Casper is like the little boy who always causes trouble. We did that for the kids yesterday, and we had 29 children show up, plus probably a good 10 to 12 adults. It was packed. They loved it. It was awesome. So my coworker and I are famous actors here in the village of Oigst. All 2,000 inhabitants. know who we are and our acting skills. It was really fun, and I loved seeing the kids' laughter and how much they enjoy it. So that was really fun. So I'm fine with just having that job. The kids are all doing great. We're looking forward to seeing them in a few weeks, the ones that are over in the States. And I've got my ongoing list of everything I'm going to be buying there. I've already started ordering a few things online so that I don't have to spend a whole lot of time shopping. But of course, I want to go a little bit into some craft stores, quilt stores, and the cross stitch store. So that'll be fun. Also, I meant to say thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I have gotten like over 30 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. Thank you. I was so excited. It's so awesome. I don't know how you're finding me, but I'm so thankful. And I love reading everybody's comments. I try to heart. If it's a question or anything, then I'll try to respond to it as well. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for leaving comments. Like I said, I don't have any really crafty friends here. So in the comments is like talking to my friends. And I really, really appreciate it. All right. So now I need to try to figure out how to do, there goes my line again, the random comment generator. So I am going to go in here. Okay. That took a while, but I have learned a new skill, so yay me. The winner is Daniela Drexen Daniela. Here you see. There you go. So if you will leave a comment under this video letting me know that you saw that you are the winner, then I will private message you and get your details so that I can send you the gift card to 123 Stitch. Thank you so much to everybody who participated. And I will do another giveaway when I reach 500 subscribers, which seems like, could never happen, which is fine. But this was super fun. Thank you again and welcome everybody. If you'd like, you can also follow me over on Instagram. I'm also Amy J's Creations over there. And yeah, thank you so much. If you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. And because I always want more crafty friends. Thank you very much, everybody. And I will see you again in 2 weeks. Tschüss.